Good morning, everybody. I'm Eureka John, and you are at Eureka Street Crypto Hub, broadcasting live at 5:57 in the morning, October 10th, 2021. I'm broadcasting on float.app. That's FLOTE.app, and it is a new social media platform, and they don't censor. I believe it's set on the IPFS network, so it's uncensorable, and nobody can take it down because it's not sitting on an Amazon web server or anything like that. And it's kind of like a morph between Twitter and Facebook, and I guess YouTube as well because of its streaming capability. So, yeah, the streaming seems to work very well compared to some other streaming services. So I'll stick with this, and I like the whole ethos of it. So yeah, it seems to be a good platform so far. So check it out, FLOTE.app, and my username is Eureka John. Anyway, so yeah, I'm broadcasting live at 5:59 now in the morning from Leander, Texas, and it's just a suburb just outside of Austin. And this is my video blog. And I do this every single day, and I talk about crypto. In some way, shape, or form, I talk about crypto, and I talk about something new that I learned because this is my discipline to learn something new about crypto every single day and then talk about it and try to articulate it as best as I'm able to the next morning. And because I believe it's not only important to read about stuff and learn stuff, but it's also important to try to articulate it outside yourself and communicate it to see how well you do. I read a bunch of stuff and I'm like, yeah, I understand that. And by the time I actually try to talk about it, I'm just like, it's like, it just doesn't come out right. So, this is my practice at that, and I'm on episode 291 of this type of practice. I've been doing this since October 24th, 2020, and doing it every single day since February 6th, 2021. And I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I'm not shilling anything. I'm not your teacher. These are not explainer videos. This is simply a crypto video blog. Okay, that out of the way. Let's go over here to CoinGecko. See what's up. All right, let me refresh this page. I use CoinGecko for these coin listing rankings type of websites. There's CoinMarketCap, which is the biggest one out there, so it's coinmarketcap.com. There's CoinPaprika, CoinCodex. There's a few others, but this is the one I stick with. Let's see here. There's subtle differences between them all, but CoinGecko uses Chainlink as its oracle. It's been reliable. I like the way it looks, and I like the little gecko mascot. I gotta say I'm a sucker for some marketing. So, Bitcoin $55,097.63, up 0.2%. So things have remained a little more level. Sundays, usually Sundays kind of like, a little blah, whatever. You don't really see a ton of market activity on Sundays. It's not because the crypto market's closed. It's not like the stock market. Stock market closes at 5 o'clock and starts at, and it's off on holidays and weekends. Not the crypto market. The crypto market goes 24/7. It never sleeps. But you still kind of see a little bit less activity, like on Sundays, maybe some negative price action or whatever. But it is what it is. I watch these macro trends. I'm not like some kind of day trader. I dollar cost average into everything. And so I just kind of get on these rankings. I just kind of look at it like I would the back of a baseball card, So, sorry if I look a little cartoony today. I can't seem to get the video filters kind of set up the way I want them, but whatever. I don't care. All right, so Ethereum's at $3,570.47. It was at $3,600 yesterday, so slight change, whatever. Cardano's $225. Tether's a stablecoin, so it's at $1, of course. Binance $418.98. XRP $1.20, up 8.7%. Not really sure what kicked that off, but it's kombucha. It's got a cayenne kick. It's pretty good. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'd love to be sponsored by these guys. Actually, get free kombucha. Anyway, Solana $155.53. Polkadot $36.05. USDC, it's $1 stablecoin. The Doge 24 cents. That seems like it's been a stable coin lately, like hovering right around 24, 23, 25 cents. And Terra 4260, and number 11. Uniswap 2546. Avalanche 5994. Binance $1 because stablecoin, and the Shiba Inu been doing its weird thing. And Litecoin 180.52 and Chainlink 26.98. It's been kind of hovering right around 25 to 27. Chainlink's weird. It does that, and then it'll spike up, and it'll come back down about halfway, and then it'll run around, kind of act as a stable coin for a while at some price point, and then it'll do the same thing. Yeah. But I think Chainlink in the long run, it's the data oracle. It's a blockchain agnostic middleware that acts as the funnel to get things from the real world to the blockchain. And practically every single large entity in this world is going to be using Chainlink in some way that uses blockchain. So, all right. So that being said, let me take a quick look at Theta. 673. Okay, up 1.7%. That's another one I'm bullish on. They have a lot of new developments happening with their new web API. And then they have also begun a lot of the they've built out their infrastructure. Now they're beginning integrations with Ethereum and other blockchains, and starting to expand. So let's see how this pans out. I've got in pretty early in Theta, so now I'm just kind of riding it out. I was broadcasting on Theta, but I was having streaming issues. And which I seem to be probably something on my end with my settings and stuff, and I just don't have time to sit around and dig through it. But everybody else seems to be streaming fine on Theta. Oh man, story of my life, right? All right. Anyway, so yeah, I was digging through the news yesterday, and I was digging through the day before's news. So really, I'm talking about Friday's news. So first of all, I'd like to bring up that Bankless DAO. Where is this? Yeah, Bankless DAO, the DAO that I'm participating in the Bankless, the AV Guild. They are made it to Decrypt. Got an article. We had our big community meeting to kick off season 2 because Bankless DAO goes in seasons, and we had season 0, season 1, and now season 2. And yeah, it was a great meeting on Twitter Spaces. I'd never actually attended any type of Twitter Spaces meeting, so that was a first for me, and that went seamless. So the whole idea was just to about like the explosive growth of Bankless DAO and how they focus on people, and basically DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, are not top-down companies. They are meant to be horizontal companies. And everybody kind of has, I guess, the freedom to come in and out, to participate in any way that they are able to, and not be beholden to some kind of weekly paycheck or contract or anything like that. And there's no top-down CEO that makes all the decisions for everybody. They use a voting protocol called Coordinate. And that everything's done on code. All voting decisions for the direction of the DAO, and then all financial decisions are done via code. So yeah, everything's because you automate certain parts, and it eliminates that top-down type of hierarchy. So anyway, they say here, it's the people that make the DAO, but for the scores of new DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, that are suddenly cropping up, how can they attract the right people, spur their participation, and keep them? So the Bankless DAO has really been doing well at this. And as Ryan Sean Adams said, I believe it was him or David Hoffman, one of the two from the Bankless HQ, they have Bankless LLC, and that's their podcast. And a lot of people still think it's just a podcast, right? And it's not. It's developed into a lot of stuff, and they have basically wanted to get 1 billion people bankless. Well, that's a huge goal. How can they accomplish that goal with just 2 people? It's impossible. It's impossible for just one company to do that. So they launched this DAO, and then they kind of turned over the reins to the DAO, this mission to the DAO, in order to bring people in. And then if you have a few people, eventually you could get there. But when you have all these people coming in and getting involved in a decentralized fashion, then you kind of have Metcalfe's law take into place, and then exponentially this growth happens because it empowers everybody to contribute their amount. And Yeah, that causes exponential growth. So Bankless launched in May and publishes DeFi how-to guides, explainers, and other content like its State of the DAOs report. The DAO describes itself as steward of the Bankless movement, progressing the world towards a future of greater freedom, and is already considered one of the more successful projects in the rapidly expanding metaverse. And Samantha Marin, who recently joined Bankless as its talent scout for the DAO's Writers Guild, said she was intimidated when she first joined. She said, "I'm not a developer. I don't know how to code. I'm coming from the creative side of writing, designing, editing," she said. "So I wasn't really sure exactly how to start or where to go when I was looking for a way to contribute my time." Her advice for looking for those to get involved with DAOs is to find your niche and dive into a project, but be wary of overcommitting. While it can be exciting to get started, it can also be overwhelming when a new member tries to contribute to a ton of guilds at once, she warned. And what she's talking about is in the DAO, there's all types of different guilds. And I'll show you here. Let me go over to the Bankless DAO. Right here. I was just over in Ravencoin trying to find a guest for my show to talk about Ravencoin. Okay, so let me open this up. Hold on. All right, that's 0x Lucas, who they talk about in a second in this article. But over here on the side, you can see, hold on, let me get this all pulled up. All right, so you can see right here. And, okay, so there's the announcements and welcome level 0. When you first get in, you'll have access to that level 0 channel. All right, and you start off with that. So anyway, you go down here. If I can get the computer to catch up with me. There's Guild Select. I just had it on there. Yeah, right here, Guild Select. And then right here, you can see all the different guilds. The Writers Guild, Treasurers Guild, Translators Guild, Research Guild, Ops Guild, Marketing Guild, Legal Guild, Education Guild, Design Guild, DAOlationship. There's interrelationships between DAOs, Developers Guild, AV Guild, Analytics Guild, Local. There's just a lot of different stuff you can get involved in there. And so you don't have to just be a coder. You don't have to understand anything about crypto, really, for that matter, when you first get in. Like, I have a friend that's an artist that I'm trying to get him involved in this, and just be like, hey man, just go into the design guild, and then from there, like, through casual conversation, people can help you out and get more knowledge and versed into crypto. But yeah, you go in here and you click one of these little icons, and that gives you the access to the guild's channel. Then you can start going to their meetings and you listen in and you kind of get, say what's going on. You can introduce yourself. People will put you on little bounties and little jobs, or you can start doing things like recording meetings or, whatever, and, you'll start earning your way. I mean, it costs 35,000 bank tokens to get into the Bankless DAO at level 1. But I had 35,000 bank tokens, but a lot of people don't when they first, because that's roughly what the banks is like at 10 cents. That's roughly like $3,000 or something. Yeah, a lot of people don't have that laying around, which is fine. You can earn your way into the guild by doing like tasks at the bounty board, jumping in and helping out. There's a huge tipping culture in the DAO. So, I mean, for instance, I created a meme and I got tipped like 500 bank right there. I helped somebody update their profile picture and created like a custom little addition to their profile picture that they wanted, and I got 500 bank like that. So there's a huge tipping culture. Anytime you just speak up in a meeting and you contribute a good idea, you'll see somebody tip you. And then people are just building up bank, and they're getting up enough bank to jump in and join the DAO as a level 1 member. And so it's it's really just your time commitment is really the only thing that would keep anybody from being able to join, because financially you can earn your way in. So let's scroll on down here. There's the Cross Guild collab. They have their meetings there. Here, I'm part of the AV Guild right here, and we have our AV General channel, and we have the meetings in here in the AV Workshop once a week on Wednesdays. That's really my corner of the guild, of the DAO. Where I kind of mainly hang out in. But yeah, it's been a really cool opportunity and a learning experience to learn how to work in a decentralized organization and not a top-down organization, because there's no like top-down type of roles. I mean, we do have people who are project leads and stuff like that, and people into governance and stuff like that. But they're not like it's not top-down. They're not they don't have people under them. So anyway, so here's, yeah, like she's saying here, everything is voluntary, but everything is rewarded in Bank, the DAO's native token, Marin says. So you'll be earning your way into the guild and into the DAO in no time. The barrier to entry is really just your time. So Marin said she felt a little lost at first because, yeah, we've tried to set up little strategies by making not all these channels visible to people first jumping in. I mean, look at all these channels. It's crazy. You know, so it's like a fire hose just coming straight at you. You're like, you know, just getting thrown up against the wall because, you know, there's just so much information all at once. So they set up at the very beginning this thing called First Quests, and right there, First Quest welcome, and you have to go through and it's like it's kind of gamed, and you have to go through and read and maybe do a couple activities to go to the next quest, and then when you're done, you get your first quest badge, and it kind of orients you to be able to. And you know, yours truly, I'm right there at the front with the video showing you how to use this Discord. It's a good way to kind of not get just completely deluged with information at the very beginning. So anyway, so to continue on the article, so unlike some DAOs, especially those in the DeFi space, Bankless is not a DeFi protocol. Bankless HQ newsletter editor Lucas Campbell, 0x Lucas, reiterated during the talk, we don't have a financial protocol. He said, we're just building off of humans and human talent. And that's absolutely true. There's no like, you know, huge financial VC drop that came in and, you know, it's just like, yeah, you know, we're going to build up this organization. No, like it's all been humans and human talent that have come in and contributed every little bit of know-how or want to know how type of passion and ambition. So Bankless now boasts more than 1,500 members and includes 13 different guilds that manage DAO operations such as writing and legal development. Their work helps accrue value to the Bank token held by some 3,900 people and gives Bankless a fully diluted market cap of $92 million as of press time. That was last Friday, I think. So Friday's hour-long, or maybe it was Saturday, Twitter Spaces session was devoted to settling new territory and was attended by more than 300 people. And it was a really good Twitter Space, kind of my only Twitter Space conversation I've ever attended, but it's the best meeting. I go to community calls every Friday and listen in, and this one was extremely seamless. So Bankless says its big picture vision is a world where anyone with an internet connection can access the tools needed to achieve financial independence. Bankless has always been about having a set of shared values, co-founder Ryan Adams said during the event. Media and culture, that's how we export crypto to the world. It's been a social movement from the beginning, and crypto really is a social movement, and that's what it's attracted me to it. I always thought finance was lame, you know, and it's just like people into finance, they're only concerned about money. And you know, I tried to, yeah, I'm a seminary guy, you know, and I've always been in a band and doing creative stuff. I mean, yes, I need money to live, and I want to make money, sure, you know, but I like doing things that aren't just about money. And so while this is, you know, yeah, crypto is about money in a lot of ways, about restructuring the way we approach finance and our financial system and decentralizing finance. It is about empowerment. It's about community. It's about community growth. It's about culture and media. So it's about a lot of different things. So media and culture, that's been how we export crypto to the world. It's been a social movement from the beginning, is what Ryan Adams was saying. So here, Paul APVAT.eth, it said, our total Discord membership is doing the hockey stick. So look at that. Look at that membership over time. And then the challenge is activating new members ASAP. We're doing well in getting members to visit multiple channels, but can improve in getting them to talk and text. And I think part of that, you see this downward trend right there of getting them activated on their first day. And because look at this, look at that growth. So naturally, it's going to be nearly impossible to try to get every single new member engaged. But that being said, if you're watching this on my channel and you feel like you want to come join the DAO, talk to me directly, and I'll try to get you, engaged. So you don't just, I don't know, I'll try my best, you know, to get you plugged in, and just, you know, DM me, and we can talk, and we can see like where the best way to get you, like, you know, your feet on the ground and running with the DAO. So Yeah. So anyway, one Bankless member, frogmonkey.eth, said that merchandise can be a great new way to attract users and spread DAO awareness, brand awareness. I wear the Bankless stuff when I go on dates, Frogmonkey told the session listeners. It's cool to rep Bankless stuff and not so cool to rep Facebook stuff. Yeah, that's absolutely true. If you saw yesterday's video, you probably saw those swim trunks or whatever. The pink shirt and the pink swim trunk. I mean, hey, I'm not exactly, like I said yesterday, Fabio. So I don't know if I'll be sporting the swim trunks, but I don't. Yeah, uh, it's just swimwear in general is not my forte. Anyway, Adams also predicted that many more DAOs are coming, so it's only going to get more crowded from here. We're in a lucky time to launch. Launching a DAO in the beginning will be easier than launching DAOs 2 or 3 years from now, and that's absolutely true. Wyoming, if you didn't know, a few months back, just got recognized. The DAOs got recognized on the same level as LLCs. So that's pretty cool. So now a DAO in some states and some countries is an officially recognized entity, business entity. And yeah, so things are growing, things are moving. DAOs are becoming, the word is getting out, and a lot of people are even quitting their full-time top down, centralized jobs is what I call them, and they're going full-time DAO. And for instance, Shapeshift, that exchange, they turn themselves into a DAO. They've dissolved their company, Shapeshift, as an exchange, and basically they distributed. They had the largest token airdrop. Let's go over here to Shapeshift. Shapeshift. Becoming DAO. So let me just do a search on that and see what I come up with. All right, so yeah, insane. Shapeshift is becoming a DAO. Here's a couple videos on it. Shapeshift to become a DAO in 2022. This was July 15th. Shapeshift to decentralize the entire company. The Shapeshift DAO is powered by SafeSnap. Shapeshift to become a DAO in 2022, rocketing forward into the DAO. Shapeshift. So I mean, there's a ton of articles on here. Let's take a quick look. This is on shapeshift.com, so it's from the horse's mouth. Let's see where we are on time. Okay, I recently attended ETH cryptocurrency CC in Paris, and so this is by Danielle Wall. And I was incredibly inspired by not only the endless enthusiasm of the community for all things crypto, but also the energy and excitement so many conveyed about Shapeshift becoming a decentralized autonomous organization. My first priority when I returned was passing along what I learned in experience to the Shapeshift team. Questions lingered. How can they successfully transition so quickly? Are they really going to let anyone join us on their journey? What will happen to this project that I've spent 5 years working on? And what will we be doing once our formal employment at Shapeshift ends? So what they did is they basically dissolved the company. They basically had to fire their employees, but they gave them all shares of the not shares, but they gave them all the tokens. And then people either, left and went somewhere else, or they kind of stayed part-time, or they got another job part-time, or they dove fully into the DAO. And then people say, well, what about all the benefits, the healthcare benefits, the retirement benefits, and all that stuff? And that's a question of mine about DAOs. But there are DAOs and then other types of crypto companies that are trying to take up that mantle of healthcare for DAO members, of retirement packages for DAO members and stuff like that. So I believe all that stuff is being addressed. I think it would be really cool to actually do an episode on those types of questions that are cropping up. Like, I'm with my job. I mean, I'm with my job. They take care of my healthcare and my retirement plan, even though I've made more this year than my retirement plan has, and by my company contributing. So it's interesting. I don't know, man. There's a lot of questions I have about all this stuff that I'm still trying to figure out, and that's why I do this show. But I mean, yeah. So I haven't quite had the courage yet to jump fully into DAO. For instance, I do child support, and that's automatically taken out of my check. What happens when I leave a company that's not doing that? How how then I have to mail it in, and it becomes like a, I don't know. I don't know how to approach that. So it's a lot of questions up in the air, which is why I haven't gone fully DAO yet. But there is another Discord group here called the DAOists, and there's another one called DAO House, in which this is a DAO of people trying to figure out the best way of DAOing. And it's you can go in here. This one you have to apply to become a part of. That they're called the DAOists. Hold on, let me show you the logo there, so you can right there at the top, DAOists, and yeah, they're a DAO trying to brainstorm on how to DAO, on how to create DAOs, how to be in DAOs, how to run DAOs, how to do DAO operations. So yeah, look into them. And then DAO House is another one. Let me see, DAOHAUS, DAO House. So let me do a search on them and see what the deal is. So DAO House. Oh yeah, they got their own token. Okay. And I think Dallas is going to be putting out their own token as well. So DAO House. Unlock the next tier in community cooperation. DAOs give direct power to the people. Join us in pioneering a future where magic internet communities unlock the power of human-centric coordination. It's a great way to... okay, so by summoning a DAO, I leaned in and out. Oh, I learned in and out of how a Moloch works and how I can say that I turned from DAO noob to expert to the point I was able to present at a meetup. Okay, so Moloch and Aragon and all types of other stuff. There's Colony. Those are DAO protocol software. And so DAOs, the whole idea behind DAOs is to run on code, to run on software and not really run by a top-down CEO type of structure. And so there is specific software that allows you to do that. Colony.io is one. So let's go over here. Colony.io. And Moloch is another one. And it's funny because what Moloch is Moloch is the god of coordination failure. And I believe Moloch is somewhere in the Hebrew Bible. So organizations for the internet. Colony makes it easier for all people all over the world to build organizations together online. Get early access right here. Products, app, tools to organize and incentivize collaborators, contributors, and communities, and platform the easiest way to build and employ crypto economic applications. So they have software for this. Let's see, Aragon DAO software. Let's see what this. I'll do a search on this and see what we come up with. All right, so what is a DAO? Aragon.org. Okay, so Aragon and Aragon 1, a Swiss company formed by the founders of the Aragon project. Okay, so aragon.org/DAO. So solutions, developers, so Aragon client, DAO deployment platform right there you can see. Aragon government, optimistic. So if you want to create a DAO as your company instead of an LLC or whatever, and make it kind of a community-run company, say for instance you have a skateboard club, because I'm a skateboarder, right? I loudly advertise that every single episode, it seems. But say we had a skateboard collective, and we wanted to run events and wanted to sell skateboards, and we wanted to sell merchandise, and we wanted to create a skate park and stuff like that. And it would be a way for a community of skateboarders to do it all together, rather than some kind of top-down structure where we just have one dude that runs the skate park. I remember a skate park in Houston was run by a guy named Wild Bill, and like everything he said and did was gospel. And yeah, I mean, he was a good guy, but say for instance something like that could be run by somebody that's not so good, then they could run it in the ground, and then you have this community of people that like, man, we were really hoping that would turn out well. Well, with DAOs, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be top down by one person's decisions. So let's look up Moloch DAO and then take a look at that. I've never seen this webpage, so let's go take a look real quick. I do hear the word Moloch being used quite a bit. MolochDAO.com is conducting a survey to understand the adoption of scaling technologies. All right, so let's see here. They got a Twitter page too. Latest tweets from Moloch DAO. All right, so enter the DAO. Projects, chat, FAQ, get involved. Moloch DAO, the god of coordination failure. Oh man, interesting graphics. So let's enter the DAO. Projects, chat, FAQ, get involved. So Moloch DAO grants awards to advance the Ethereum ecosystem. Contribute research, request funding, become a member. Interesting. Okay, this would be an interesting website to kind of dig through. Let's see here. Enter the DAO. All right, let's go take a look. Snoop around. All right. Very satanic-esque. Let's see. Like, is it Satan or is it Thrasher magazine? I can't tell. Web3 login. So yeah, this is a DApp, a decentralized application in which you have to connect your MetaMask. This is the essence of Web 3.0 right here, which is what I was preaching about yesterday. So let's see here. Yeah, interesting. So the members' proposals, pool. Wow. Okay, yeah. This is my first look at this website. So I'm going to go to Twitter, the old Twitter space, and I'm going to follow these guys. And obviously, I don't have anything to really connect my wallet to in that website. So let me go to Moloch DAO Twitter. I'm going to follow this. There's a GitHub there. All right, so yeah, it's a DAO infrastructure. And let me go right here and take a look at their Twitter. A community DAO focused on funding Ethereum development. Okay, so this is a DAO. This is a DAO. This is not a DAO to create DAOs. All right, so sorry, my mistake right there. But I will follow that. In the name of Moloch, the god of coordination failure. I think that's pretty funny. All right. Well, that being said, I think I've covered enough flim flam for today. Yeah, a lot of homework to do now. I just opened up another rabbit hole. So, yeah. All right. Well, that being said, you guys have a good day. Yeah, maybe I'll dig into some more of this stuff today and come at you tomorrow with an entirely new, different subject and topic. I also want to look at Pi DAO as well. I hear good things about that one. So, yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna have my apple. Drink my kombucha. I don't have to go into work today, but tomorrow I'll be on first thing in the morning, probably around 5:30. Catch me then at float.app, flote.app live if you want to. Let me see. I didn't even look at my stream. Okay. Yeah, I don't get any engagement on Float. Theta TV, I used to get all these people chatting with me, but nobody knows I'm here yet at float.app, so maybe people can come find me. All right. Well, either way, I'm posting this up on YouTube, BitChute, and Odyssey. And give me a thumbs up or whatever, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye.